Hi, Kyle. Thank you for joining me on the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Just had a bit of a rush around there, so I'm a little bit late. But yeah, it's all good, all good.
So, would you like to tell the listeners a bit about yourself and Bittersweet Home?
Yeah. So first off, I'll just say that I've just had an operation on my eye, so I'm wearing sunglasses, not to try and be cool, but because I've got to right now. So yeah, just nip that in the bud straight away. Yeah, about Bittersweet Home. It's one of the worst names for a company you could think of, really, isn't it? Let's be honest. But I was I worked in finance for 15 years, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I did. Good career, worked hard, and then yeah, I got cancer a couple of times over a few years. So I just thought, you know what? I'm not living to work anymore. I'm gonna try and enjoy life a little bit more. So yeah, I started doing this business probably 5 years ago in reality, but it was a bit of a side hobby, really. It was just a bit of a way to build my collection. And the truth is, I guess, where did all this nonsense start? I'm from Manchester. I live up near Edinburgh now. I was dragged up here kicking and screaming 14 years ago by the missus. I think I struggled to settle in, to be honest with you, mate. I struggled to settle in to life up here, wearing skirts and all that. And I just latched onto Manchester, all my old stuff and what I used to like. I'm a Man City fan. Oasis and the Verve, Smiths, Stone Roses. That's all been my life before I came up here. So I started buying the odd record and the odd ticket and the odd this, that, and the other. Before you knew it, it became a bit of a business. It's good. It's fun. It's fun.
Can you remember the first piece of memorabilia that you bought?
Oh God. Well, it depends what your class as memorabilia, I guess, isn't it? Um, I mean, the first album I bought was the Verve Urban Hymns. The first bit of memorabilia. It's probably fake, put it that way. If it was signed, it's probably fake. Because I'd say 80% of stuff out there is forged or fake. I can't, to be honest with you, I'd be making it up if I said I do. I'd be making it up. Probably a signed vinyl, I would say.
Speaking of fakes, there you've been doing this a few years now. Can you spot a fake easily now?
Yes, yeah. Well, for Oasis, definitely. With the group and the website, um, there's a lot of experts on there. But I mean, it's quite easy to spot little token things and letters. Now, it's very sad to say you can do that and read writing and stuff, but I don't do it for anybody else really. It's only Oasis because I've got so much stuff signed by them. I've done a few signing sessions over the years with band members, so you can learn to see what the signatures are like. It's quite a bit of an educational point with some of the band members, for Oasis in particular. The signatures have changed up 10 plus times. Liam and Noel, for example, changed constantly. Whereas Tony, Bonehead, Griggs, Whitey, Andy Bell, Gem, all the same signature still up through the career. So that's that. If you know the different variations, I mean, no one's a perfect expert. You get them wrong every now and then, but I think if you've got a few mates that are as sad as you are, then it works quite well. You know what I mean?
Well, Oasis are one of the biggest bands of all time. So, are they like the most fake? Do you see the most fakes with
Oh,
them?
yeah, I'd say behind the Beatles, they are. Yeah, I mean they're very, and I can't progress to be a Beatles expert. I've got a Beatles signed piece up there, but I was very lucky to get that from a solid source. Yeah, they are because early. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll turn you around to something. I'll just show one or two items here. See straight away on two of these items I'll show you. Um, so here's, for example, a definitely maybe. Signed on release day, a vinyl signed on release day by the band. I look at, I don't know if you can see Liam's signature there.
Yeah,
Very, very easy to forge. Very, very easy. So I think if you see an early signature, that can be the case. And this master plan box set, for example, here, it's changed already. It's only a few years later. It's changed the signature so many times. And now it's obviously another style again. But yeah, I think if you just I mean, when you see forged items, like look at this here, they're all in different directions, different pressure on the pen, different styles. Some are full names, some are abbreviations. I think if you tend to see um, all in the same direction, same press pen, straight away you think I'm a bit worried about that one. But also there are certain things like I don't think anyone would risk buying a £200 box set and trying to get it signed, but trying to fake sign it. You tend to find that the fake stuff is CD covers or printed music sheets, printed music sheets and stuff like that is always hang on a second. Let me just. Oh, I can't put it on Wi-Fi airplane mode. Can I stop the notifications? Yeah. So yeah, I can spot Oasis stuff pretty well. There's a few fellas that I still go to and ask opinions of, but yeah, it's a minefield. And with the website, you always get people joining and really being really proud of what they're showing off. You know, they show their pride and joy item. And you never say so unless they ask, you know, if it's forged or not. But it's not nice, and it's a fraud, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, speaking of Oasis, you're putting on an event in June, an Oasis exhibition. Can you tell us more about that, please?
Yeah, so I've been asked to do this for years. A few people have been asking me to put some sort of exhibition on, but it's a bit. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a bit show-offy, I think, you know, to try and say that you're doing an exhibition of your own stuff. So I'm not doing that. So what I'm doing is I've got a few people together, a few key people together, and we're doing it as one unit, really. So it's my company that's doing it, but we've got. Oh God, I can't say who's sponsoring just yet, but the tickets will be on sale next week. But we've got over 10 Oasis owned instruments, over 10 drum kits, guitars, and it's stuff around you know, even stuff in this room. I'll tell you what, I'll turn you around and show you a few bits. So Oasis, what the thing with that band is Noel was really clever in what he did. So this is a kind of an example stand that I just rushed together in 5 minutes here. So this is actually one of the flight cases that went on tour. So is this here for one of the orange cabs. So I managed to get these recently from a fella down in Derby who found a lockup full of Oasis stuff, which was insane. But a lot of stuff that they did, like this is called a Vox box. So the Vox box came out when What's the Story came out, and it's apparently limited to 100. I don't think it is because I've seen bloody loads of these things around, but maybe 200 max. But this is one of the items that as a collector of music memorabilia, it's quite a key thing. And then this thing here in the background is off the inside sleeves of What's the Story, Morning Glory. Caught Beneath the Landslide Inspiration. I've got one of my boys' records there. See that there?
Oh yeah.
So that was given out with a tape inside it to Creation Records employees at the launch party. So these are the sort of things that I quite like. You know, the unusual bits. That's not just a record. I mean, I try and get stuff done for my kids as often as I can. You know, this is Timmy Boyd Sailor from all the band members. There's one for Charlie there as well. But I think it's the amount of items that you can get. I mean, simple things like itineraries, passes, lyrics. Lyrics are the most forged thing around. It's unbelievable how many fake lyrics there are from Noel. It's unbelievable. Not obviously not from him, but are forged to sell like him. Yeah, the disc awards are pretty cool. I like the disc awards. They're always a bit of a showstopper. These will be up tomorrow. Builders are lazy. But yeah, I mean, let's have a little spam round, I guess. Some of the key items. These are printers proofs. So the band tend to sign a few of these, maybe 5, and send them out for competition prizes or something like that. But this was signed by just the band members at the time. Over the years, I've just added a few extra members. The guitars are always quite a good thing to see. This one's Supernova in Man City. This is a signed one. That's Squire. Got that last week on the tour with Liam. So he's signed at the thing there. And a Telecaster signed back in the day, just missing Griggs, of course. I'm quite proud of this item here. This is, I think, genuinely the only item in the world that's signed by every member of Oasis, every single member. So I mean, well, if you don't, you know, Scott or Matt, I don't know. I'd say I don't think people have even heard of them really. They stepped in for a little bit, but it's good because it's the old, and there's another Liam signature. You know what I mean? Totally different again. Whereas Tony, Bonehead, White, all exactly the same. So yeah, it's I really like this one. I got it for a. I'm not going to say good price because yeah, if the missus is listening, that's the big thing with memorabilia, isn't it? I think if I die, she's going to sell all this for what I told her. I paid for it. Yeah, it's awful. But yeah, I just thought, well, as a drum skin, I get the 4 drummers on it as well, and it's quite a nice piece that really. The frame cost an absolute bomb. What team do you support? What footy team do you support?
Leeds.
Ah, okay, right, fair enough. So you won't hate me as much as a United fan then.
No, no.
Yeah,
It's a
similar
nice
story
shirt,
with
that
this
one,
one.
though, isn't it?
It's cool, isn't it? I think it's I was the Kappa year. Oh, do you know what I should have got out for you? This is, I was the kid model in the official magazine for the launch of the Kappa kit. Like a
Really?
right
Yeah.
gore, like a right gore, honestly. But I think I had the dish haircut, you know, what the curtains. So he
Yeah.
maybe put a super big hat on to hide it, so it looked like a right gore. But yeah, this yeah, this is a nice piece. I got this signed by Greg, Liam, and Noel. So again, following the theme of the era signatures, um, adding Whitey and Boner was quite a no-brainer because the signatures haven't changed. So it just looks like it's been signed back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nice one. Again, the frame. I've spent a lot of money on frames, but I think sometimes you've got to, you know, think certain things are worth it. Sex Pistols, that's a nice one, fully signed. Well, not able to get Sid, but you know who is. Um, I got this from Noel, Noel's band, all signed to me. That was the latest album. Have you heard the album?
Yeah, it's a good
Those
album.
guys.
Probably his best
Uh,
solo one, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant. I think it. Well, yeah, I think you took the words out of my mouth there. I think it is his best solo work. It's absolutely amazing. I know I've done a few deals and a bit of business with Noel's band members, signing sessions and stuff. So yeah, I've got quite close to them over the years. So they've yeah, it's quite nice to get that. I got a similar one from the Teenage Cancer Trust gig last week. So it's yeah, I mean, I just think the band as a send you around again while I'm talking to you. It's quite rude. The band as a unit, Noel's band as a unit right now are just solid. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They're just absolutely tight as hell. They cannot be. Yeah, they're just perfect. I mean, compare that and contrast it to Liam's band, and you know, I'm sure he'd hate anyone thinking negative of his band, but I don't think they're anywhere near until Bonehead comes on. When Bonehead comes on, it's a different story. But they're
Yeah.
nowhere near Noel's band. Noel's band are unbelievable.
You mentioned there you went to that Teenage Cancer Trust gig. What was that like? Was it a good gig?
Uh, it might be the best I've seen Noel's band. It might be the best I've seen Noel's band between you around again. Yeah, it might be the best I've seen his band. I think I went to the Women's Show gig in Manchester. And that was the best I've seen his band. And then now, yeah, I think that I don't know. I think because I've just had cancer, I've had major surgery. I had to have my eye removed 3 weeks before the gig. So I've been blind in the eye from having cancer there before. So now I'm getting a snide eye put in, but it'll be about 2 months now. So typically I've got all this stuff happening, exhibitions, gigs. I'm turning up dressed like a pirate or a twat who wears sunglasses inside. So it's you can't win really, but I think count your blessings. I think a lot of people at that gig were struggling. There's a lot of people on stage that are really struggling right now. So I think the TTT gigs are great. They really are. They're good gigs, and they make a fortune. We did a lot of raising last year for TCT on the website. As I launched the website, we had four, or was it five? 4 or 5 Oasis signed memorabilia items up for auction, with 100% of the proceeds going to Teenage Cancer Trust. So that was a good little hello to the world from Bittersweet Home. With a bittersweet ending because I got done by the Gambling Commission for not having a license to do auctions publicly.
Really?
Unbelievable. Well, they sent me a warning. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I got a warning for doing a cancer charity auction. They
Gambling
said it's
fan.
gambling. I said, how is it gambling? I said, it's an auction. There's no gamble in it. You bid and you win. There's no gamble. You're the
Yeah,
highest bidder,
yeah.
you win. We will not give you legal advice. I thought, okay, fair enough. Let's not get into arguments with them. But yeah, so spent £600 on the website putting an auction facility on. Can't use it now, but it was a good way to sail though anyway, and a good door opener. Yeah.
You got your flag into that gig, didn't you, to promote Bittersweet Home?
Oh, I took the piss. I took the piss. Yeah, show you the flag here. Um, yeah, I just had the idea like 2 weeks before. It's just covering up a glass cabinet that's going to go. All that stuff comes out of. But yeah, a little Bittersweet Home flag with the website on it. It was. I just held it up here and there, just as songs were on. And
Yeah.
when I got signal back outside, I think I had 312 new mailing list ads and 19 sales. So people must have been bored during the interval. It's good, but it's yeah, I think it's you got to do what you got to do. I put a Bittersweet Home logo on the eye patch. Got to do what you got to do. I'll go around the rest of the room here for you as well. Stood up. So this is the ticket table. So I'm going to be doing these at the exhibition, 2 of them. There's going to be the flight case as a table, and then there's going to be the ticket table. So these are all kind of old tickets, passes, wristbands, itineraries, set lists from Nebworth, Manchester '05, Eaton Park, 10 Years of Noise. These are, I'm very, very aware that when I look at stuff like this, when I do these kind of interviews and talk about tickets and tickets and itineraries and stuff, how sad it sounds. I remember me 3 years ago just laughing at people that did this and thinking, what was a guy called in Alan Partridge? Was it Jed? The guy Jed. I used to laugh at people say, why would you buy a ticket for a gig you've never been to? Why would you do it? But then you kind of realise that these old tickets were not they're not like what you get now. They are collectible, which is just sad, really.
You hardly get tickets anymore now, really, do you?
Well, you don't get them, do you? And if you do, you've got to pay a fiver for them. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I mean, look at some of the stuff I've got on the table for you here in terms of tickets. Some of these things, you keep seeing I've got sandals and all sorts on. Some of these things are just history. I mean, this is in October 1993, and so is this one actually. When Oasis were a support act to the Real People and Milltown Brothers, and this one support acts again to BMX Bandits. Didn't even have a ticket for that one, so that's just one of the maybe 5 or 6 passes for the gig, and they moved on then to supporting the Real People. These tickets are just rare. I actually got these. I know Chris and Tony from Real People, and they had a couple of these left, so I managed to get a brand new one, and then this is a used one from the gig, and obviously anything to do with Manchester, I'm all over it. So the 2 main road tickets, and that's the next level of sadness. You get a ticket, and you go, "Oh, I want one that's not been used." Why? You're not going to go to the gig. You're not going to the gig. They've not got a time machine. So it's levels. I'll talk about the cancer stuff. There's that's Noel's pass from the Manchester versus Cancer gig. The set list behind it there. These are the ones that are under the glass. These are the special passes. These are the rare ones from Definitely Maybe and What's the Story. And the Be Here Now ones. They're all quite hard to get hold of. Hacienda, of course. GMX in Manchester. This was these were like MTV tickets, not the standard release tickets. So these are quite hard to find. A little pass there. That'll be Knowles because it's got number 1 on it. Yeah, I mean it's never ending. I don't think there is another band. I can't think of another band off the top of my head that have the element of collection that Oasis have, because you've got items, you've got promo items, you've got promo vinyl, white label test presses, box set. Obviously they rinse every release, every anniversary possible. So you get all the box sets and whatnot. But it sells. It'll never not sell. I think Oasis. I read a fact that Oasis sell more records now than they did when they were active. How mad's that?
Crazy, I know.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's mad. But it's with the way the world is with streams and stuff. You can kind of understand it, can't you? I guess that back then it was just been CD or record, wasn't it? And that's well, CD, record, or cassette. As sad as it is, I've got a fully signed '94 cassette, fully signed CD, and the vinyl that I showed you earlier on. But it's not just all Oasis. I mean, everything in this room pretty much bloody is. I think that's well. What we've got here? Stone Roses.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Beatles piece I've got there. That's let me get past this table. The Beatles piece is cool. I like to when I sell stuff on the website or have it for myself. I try and make the frames really special. Make a nice display.
Yeah,
If someone commissions to make something for a gift or whatever it may be, that's the Oasis, man. You like the Oasis?
Yeah, they're good. I like that album. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, unbelievable. So yeah, I like to if somebody commissions something or has an idea for something, I like to make it special. These are the some maracas from Liam's Manchester gig. So they're the ones that he threw out to the crowd there.
Which Manchester gig's that?
Liam's solo part live 2018.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, it's solo stuff. But yeah, it's I think making anything in a proper frame. These dartboards were limited to 50 around the world. We've given out as competition prizes in 2006, so they're quite hard to get hold of as well. But the frame makes it, the frame makes it good.
Yeah, it makes it stand out.
On display. Say it again, sorry.
Makes it stand out, doesn't it? More.
It does. Because I'll tell you what, I've got one of these because I do sign sessions with the bands. So, I've not done one for a while, but people send me stuff. Yeah, and I've got another 2 of those dartboards down there next to the bloody dryer, which is to get them signed for people, so they can save them having to take them back every time I do a new session. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. It is good. I mean, it's making some good contacts, and what have we got planned? The exhibition is yeah, it's huge. It's huge. There was an exhibition years ago, an official one, and my one is absolutely unofficial. I'll be absolutely clear with that because I'm scared. But I think the Chasing the Sun years ago was great. It was an exhibition for Oasis. Did London. Lawrence Carpenter did it. It was an amazing exhibition. Really big space. There wasn't really much memorabilia on show. There was about 2 big cases worth of stuff that was chucked in. And it was good. It was really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Better than what I've got. But the way it was done was very spaced out. And I think they had 6 of those guitars on show there. So we're looking to have at least 10 of this. And I'm trying to make it more of an experience rather than just something you walk. Because let's be honest, if you walk into an exhibition and you see a wall with 20 prints on it, you're going to stand and look at all 20 of them prints really slowly and look really interested. You don't give a shit, really. That's the way. Prints are like that, aren't they? I do it myself all the time. You look at 1 or 2 and you think, oh, right, okay. So I think seeing items and hearing things and seeing things creates more of an experience. Now I've got to be very, very careful what I do, so I don't want to step on any toes and upset the powers that be, or get done for copyright. So I mean, I've got unheard songs on DAT tapes that I would love to just play to people. I've really, really good songs, but I'm actively now trying to give them back to Noel. I actually sent an email again last week to say, take these back. These are your work, or at least confirm you've got them already, so I can breathe easy. But they'll be hopefully taken, and they'll be good for the Be Here Now anniversary box set in a couple of years. But the exhibition will be good. It'll be good. I've got a few Q&As going on. I'm Brian Cannon at Microdot. He's doing one. I've got John Robb. John Robb?
Yeah.
John's up. I usually do the Q&As myself. I do a few events at Rockfield Studios with Nick Brime, and we have like an Oasis themed weekend, and do like the tour of Rockfield and listen to unheard tunes and show memorabilia and a big set. It's good. It's a good weekend, but we're going to try and bring that to Manchester. So Nick's got, he's got the smashed up guitar, for example. When it kicks off at Rockfield, Liam smashed the guitar up, so he's got that there. So it'll be good. But we've got Q&As going on. There's an unheard gig, not a song, a gig. I've got a gig that was kind of hidden away. Only about 3 or 4 people have got recordings of it. I'm interviewing the chap who recorded it next week for the YouTube channel, and we've agreed that we'll have a chat, tell the story, and then I'll kind of show it at the exhibition. I don't think I can get in trouble for showing that at the exhibition. I don't think I can. But as it's fan-made footage, I think I'm all right. But better check with the legal boys first. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Well, you've got a great collection. It must be great showing it to fans that haven't seen it, like lost items and stuff like that haven't been seen for years.
Yeah, like I say, I keep going back to Jed and Alan Partridge Boy. I think I think it is. If you've got this mentality, you're an addict, really, aren't you? You're addicted. I've always been the same growing up. Jurassic Park, I had to have every card and every figure. Still have actually upstairs. The kids got them now. And then, yeah, what was it? Resident Evil. I've always gone through phases. I have to have every book and every figure in every game. It's weird. It's need a slap, but yeah, when I got into when I started missing home, that's when I started getting into this. And to be honest with you, it looks massive now, but it wasn't 2 years ago. It's just grown so quickly and so fast. But it's a business, it's a business now. It's providing a service for a lot of fans that, with the signing sessions, a lot of fans can't get stuff signed by artists because maybe they're too far away or in a different country and whatnot. So they send their items to me, and then I have a pre-agreed signing session with a band member. I drive down, which could be Edinburgh or it could be London, which is great. I love a 13-hour drive with a lot of memorabilia in the back. It's dead safe. I get it all signed, come back and post it all back out again. I must have done 20 of them now over the last 3 years with 13 people associated with the band. It's been good. It's been good. I've got some big ideas for next year. I want to do a lot for charity. And I think if you do stuff for charity, it opens a different door. You know what I mean? You're not suddenly begging someone to do something for you for your own gain. You're doing it for a good cause.
Yeah.
And it's win-win then. The person that kind of opened my eyes to that method was actually Zach Starkey. I wanted to do a signing session with Zach because that drum skin was missing Zach, and he was obviously, I think he was in LA at the time, and he agreed to do a signing session, but only if all the money went to charity. I thought, you know what? Yeah, you're right. That's a good way of doing it, because my costs on these things just a hotel and fuel, but I tend to take stock, get stuff done to sell on afterwards. That's where I make my money, and that's effectively where the business came from, doing that. For example, I've just got a pile of these that are now, ready to be added to our soul. So lyrics and signatures from band members. So these are the sort of things that I go and that's my fee. Let's say I get them done and I sell them on afterwards to get some money in the door. But yeah, it's I've not done one for a while. I think Andy Bell was the last one in Edinburgh in November. Yeah, I think with the exhibition and the website launching, it's just been a bit busy. But I think I'll have to set something up for the next over the summer. Yeah, but yeah, the website. I think if you're what can we do? What can we do for this then? Why don't we give 2 tickets away, 2 VIP tickets away for the exhibition?
All right, nice.
And one of them records over there that we just showed, the signed up Oasis ones.
All right, cheers, yeah.
So if your guys, probably by this time now, they either hate my voice and haircut and I've stopped listening, or they still listen. They might go on the website and sign up for the mailing list. If they do, how can we differentiate them as your guys? What can they put after?
BTC behind the curtain.
BTC. So if they sign up to the mailing list on bittersweethome.co.uk, and then put BTC after it in I don't know, a month, I'll draw a random name out of a mythical hat, and we'll that person can have 2 VIP tickets to the exhibition in Manchester. And VIP means it's actually worth something this time. They'll get a drum skin signed by Tony McCarroll. I thought I'd have one here. There we go. So as an example, that's the Smiths, Radiohead, a Jam. We'll find one. The Lars. There we go. Right, so kind of similar to these here. So let me be the one that shares with you, and we can slide away. If you go and meet someone on the street, if you go and meet an artist out at a gig, try and get lyrics off them. It's never going to happen. Never ever going to happen. So I think what I get with these things here is, if you get a VIP ticket, you'll be able to tell me in advance what message you would like on the drum skin. So if you want to dedicate it to Uncle Frank, or put a song lyric on, or do eBay, I won't bother doing that. You know, it'll be sat there waiting for you when you arrive on the day, and a couple of other little goodies as well, little sign pieces. So I mean, the value of what I'm going to give away in these VIP packages is a queue jump, but let's not be hasty and think there's going to be a big queue. The value is about 250 to 300 quid of what you get on arrival, but it's 125 to buy the VIP ticket, and that includes the exhibition as well. So it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm hoping a lot of people do them, because I'm pretty much breaking even on this bloody event. It's about 18 grand spent so far, and if it sells out, I get 18 grand. So I'll be buzzing around like a little wheeler dealer trying to sell stuff to anyone that walks through the door. But the merch there will be unrivaled. It really will be such an unbelievable event. If you're an Oasis fan or just a music fan, you know, if you're in town for Liam's gig, because coincidentally, who would have thought, it's on the exact same days that Liam's playing. It's mad, that. I think, and it's all for Lads Club as well, so a good cause. Half the money's going to them boys over there, so it's good. It's good. But yeah, if you get the VIP ticket, it'll be an even better experience. Yeah.
The event's at Salford Lads Club, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the promo video should have been done this week. The ticket should have been live last week, but I don't know how many people will see this, and whether the web developers that I use will see it. So I'm not going to say anything on that one. But I think it should all have been live last week. It's Salford Lads Club, and it's the 14th, 15th, and 16th of June. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if that's their dates there. I put it for 2 days before and 2 days after, you see, to set up and set down. But it's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that Liam's playing in Manchester. Salford Lads Club. Tickets are 20 quid, which I think is pretty bloody reasonable, really.
Yeah, definitely.
I had some clown show on the internet said it should be free. He's ripping the fans off. 18 grand. 18 grand. Kids need food, you know what I mean? I can't. Back in the finance days, I might have done that when I was getting my big bonuses and this was a hobby. This is my job. It's 18 grand. So no, it's sorry, pal, it's not free. But 20 quid, genuinely, hand on heart, it will be the biggest and most vast Oasis exhibition ever. And I don't know how it'll be topped. I really don't. I don't know how it'll be topped, because the spread of instruments, the spread of amps, test presses, whatever you're into, even if you're into nothing, there should be something there. You know, it's going to be catering for all. It's going to be kind of a timeline. You know, start off at, I think I've got a tape that's on YouTube, a 1992 demo tape before Noel joined the band.
I saw that video, yeah.
I think that's got to be the earliest piece of Oasis memory. It's got to be. I don't know what else it could be. So you start your journey with that. I might have a bit of audio, you know, headphones or something playing it, or maybe it could just be playing a loop on a small speaker or something. I don't know. But it starts off with that and goes right round to Heaton Park, you know, and that was my last gig, and then on then to Rocking Scene, and the end. I think if I've got a space, I'll do a bit for the solo as well. Maybe a BDI display, Noel display, Liam display. I've got a lot of stuff for all of them, so it could be, if this space. I think the room that we've got is huge, but you know, can't really underestimate how much space stuff takes. You know what I mean? It's one of these things that, you know, this flight desk alone's 5 foot. You know, it's a big space to fill. But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Do you think you can make it up? I'll put you on the list.
Try, yeah, definitely. I'll get a ticket. Yeah. Does sound
Hard to get. I'll stop you guys. Thank you for this. You know, for having me on here. You can go on the VIP. We've got a VIP party on the Thursday. So Thursday day is a private exhibition day. So I'm putting my fingers crossed that I'm going to get a few kind of band members to come, and obviously the press will come that day as well. But then the night time, Thursday night, is 6 till 10 is the launch party. So that'll be quite good. You know, I'm obviously going to try and get quite a few good people there. but it'll be 6 till 10, and obviously the exhibition's open at the same time as well. So yeah, get yourself down. If you're going to come to one, come Thursday night if you can, 6 till 10.
All right.
After the launch party. Have you heard of the Magic Mod?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, so he is a mate of mine. He's down south. I'm on his podcast next week, actually. He's a good guy. He's amazing at what he does. So he's just got into the Magic Circle.
I saw the one on your video actually when you were doing the Magic Trick with you.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, down in London. Yeah, so that was down for the Noel Q&A, wasn't it? That's right. Yeah, yeah. I went to a pub there. He doesn't drink, so that was fun. But it was a roasting day. But other than the fact that 1975 is playing in the background, it was a good video of that. He's dead good at what he does. Dead good at what he does. I wanted to talk about giving stuff away to people. Let me show you this. I wanted this to arrive before we did this. I've got your little box of goodies here. I'm going to post this down to you. So, and there's also a tube somewhere around here that's coming down. I'll tell you what, I won't show you. What you can do is I'll tell you what we'll do. You do an updated video in say 2 weeks.
All right.
And open that up, and we'll do the winner of the competition then in 2 weeks rather than 4 weeks. Go for that. There's more stuff in the house. There's more stuff in the house I could show you if you wanted to edit that into the video, but I think people have seen enough, haven't they? People get bored of discs and all sorts of crap. So I'll send a video. If you want to edit in, do what you got to do. But who have you got on next then?
I think I've got a photographer called Gavin Watson. He did like skinhead photography and it inspired This Is England and stuff. So
all right, I've
got him on. Yeah, should be a good
one. I was considering getting into the podcast stuff, but it's not got the time for it, so I don't know how you do it. It's a great thing to do, but I'm not. I think I'm not patient enough. I'm not patient enough for it. But I'm thinking I can put someone your way, who would fancy it. I'll have a chat afterwards and see what's what. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's been a good chat. I think hopefully the key message from me is, I've quit my job. So please buy a ticket to the exhibition, please. Kids need food, It's but yeah, it will be good. It will be good as long as I don't get shut down beforehand. It'll be good. But I think it's regardless. I'll be doing something else at Rockfield Studios. But yeah, if you get you guys to go on the website and sign up to the mailing list, put BTC after it. I'll send something probably better than your package actually, which is not great, is it? You know what I'm saying? Like you like the Coral, don't you? You like the Lars, you like the Smiths.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you're onto a winner there.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I appreciate giving the tickets away and stuff. It means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it helps, doesn't it? I mean, let's not beat around the bush. It's promotion, isn't it? I've got to try and get people to. The mailing list is my business. That's
yeah, exactly.
Stock wise, when I put stuff on, ironically, because I've been so in and out of hospital recently and setting up the exhibition, I've not restocked the website in 4 or 5 weeks, but it still keeps chucking out there. So there's a lot of stuff. There's 25 grand's worth of stuff in the house that's for the website. The missus was furious, but I think I need to start selling it now because otherwise I'll be living in this room permanently. So that's.
But you don't let the kids in there, do you?
They're all right, They've grown up. Charlie's 7, Taylor's 5, and Lucy's nearly 3. They've grown up around expensive stuff.
Yeah.
And like I say, this definitely may be here. Charlie, when he was signed by every band member to Charlie. So I've told him since he was a baby how important these things are, and he's a good egg. He doesn't. No, actually, say I'm lying there. Charlie is good. Taylor's not. I was going to say no, but I can't say that. Can you? Taylor's a bit of a bugger at times. He's the one that will throw a tantrum and throw something. So yeah, I might not let Taylor in here actually saying that. But it's no, it's they're okay. They're okay. They're good kids. They don't wreck stuff. If they did, there'd be trouble. But yeah, no, it's I've only just moved in here, as you can tell, with a mess. But this is a new start, really. Being in the loft bedroom for the last 4 years, just drove me insane, really. We went right through lockdown. That's when this really started. Lockdown. Started a group on Facebook, and it was lockdown when it all started. Yeah, so it was good. yeah, it's going to be a busy year. It's going to be a very, very busy year. I think if we get the exhibition done, the sponsor, if I can't just name until next week, are providing the guitars to show off really because they're going to be selling them in the future. So it's a kind of a shop window, and then if this goes well, can't see how it won't. The missus is paranoid to hell. She's like, no one cares about your crap. No one cares. I said, they do. That's why I'm paying the bills for doing stuff for people. That's that. She thinks there's a money tree in the garden, and I was going to pay the bills for it. You know, it is a business. Memorabilia. It's a fun business, but it's a business. What was I saying then? Oh yeah, if it goes well, we're going down to London and doing it in London in September. So I think that'll be a good one. And what I might do then is do a watered down version in King Tut's in Glasgow.
Yeah.
They wanted to do something there, but they were a bit. I don't think they grasped the value of stuff. They were like, "Oh, you could put stuff on the tables, you know, all around the bar." I said, "No, no, no, no. Glaswegians drinking £1,500 box or you know a signed record. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I'll definitely do that.
You must
That's
be
exciting.
nervous with stuff like that, though, having it out and about in front of people and stuff.
Yeah, well, I've never done it in a bar. I was opening my own bar actually. That's where Bittersweet Home came from. The awful name, because I was going to be called Bittersweet at the bar. I was opening a bar, kind of a hard rock cafe, but not shit. You know, based on the '90s, and it was going to be basically this room, but in a bar. It would have been great, really, really good. But then COVID started. I thought, oh, hang on, let's press pause. And it never seemed to get better. You know, it's over the 2.5 years I was working on it, the world just got worse and worse and worse. So I bit the bullet in the end and decided to do this website instead. I was spending about 100 grand on that bar. The website's obviously a fraction of that. So the ever moaning missus was a bit happier with the cost on that one. But yeah, the bar was going to be called Bittersweet, and then I was going to partner up with a fellow who had a bar called Home, and then Bittersweet Home came into it, and then Bittersweet Home was the only website .co.uk that was available of all the names we had. So yeah, it was bittersweet, but it's now Home. Oh, how corny was that? Fucking hell. But yeah, it's fun. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed you showing us around your collection and telling us the story. Have you got any interesting stories about, like, that's what I wanted to ask, like, has somebody, say an Oasis, got an Oasis bit of memorabilia that they don't know is really rare? Have they ever got in contact and it's rarer than what they thought?
What, fans or band members?
Like fans or even people that aren't fans that just had it like lying around, whatever.
These DAT tapes were in a bag full of DAT tapes behind a wardrobe for 20 years. 20 years. And they fell out one night. And there was about 15 in the bag. Half of them are dog shit. They're just stupid, you know, self-made bands and whatnot. There was, yeah, there's 5 unheard songs from Oasis on there. How the hell they ended up there, I don't know. How they sat there for 20 years, I don't know. So, but I got them, and ironically, didn't. I got them converted. But the one that had the unheard songs on it didn't have a label on it, so I didn't. Well, it had a label, but it didn't say what it was. So I didn't do that for ages. And I used to what I like to do with these things is, I should have brought them down for you actually. I got a big order. No, not brought them down. I used to like getting something converted. And it could be Oasis, it could be the Sea Horses. I've got something from Stone Roses, something from the Charlatans I need to convert. So these are it's all content. It's like, you know how this game works. You do it, you chuck it on YouTube, you blast it out to the mailing list, and you hope someone goes to the website and spends some money. So you're just trying to bring them in with content. So I like doing that. I like finding old tapes and putting, you know, getting them converted and seeing what's on them. Even VHSs. You know, I got a couple of these VHSs a while back. There's a different video for Wonderwall on there. You know, it's only slightly different, but it's just a little bit of a difference. It's interesting. So then, yeah, them tapes maybe would be the biggest one. As funniest thing. I mean, I had. Where is that now? Let me show you this one. You won't believe this. This is ridiculous. I'm going to cover the phone number at the bottom just in case it's still her number. But this is a German. It looks like it's from a cafe in Germany. And before, obviously, how old are you? How old are you?
22.
Right. So you've mobile phones have been around for your whole life, haven't they? They came out when I was
Yeah.
about. The Motorola came out when I was maybe 13, 12, 13. So back then, you did mid-90s, you didn't have mobile phones. So Liam's obviously wanted to pull this bird maybe and wrote his name, a full address, and home landline number on this piece of paper.
Jesus.
That baffled me. That is a Jed from Alan Partridge item without a doubt.
That is
Genius.
mental like that. Where were
It's
that?
dead. It was in this girl in Germany. You know, she worked for the label, so she wasn't just some random bird. But she found it and yeah, just I bought a few bits and pieces off her. Another girl I got a few bits off. I got these handwritten lyrics from a label employee as well. That's Magic Pie, and you've got Be Here Now in there.
Yeah.
There's see that there, Mr. Gallagher, one of his cables. This is quite a funny item here. This is well, it's easy to show you. Can you see that? The
Yeah.
ashtray. So that's the ashtray there.
Jesus.
Unusual, isn't it? It's things like that. What things that are unusual. Once you go past the stage of collecting all the records and the CDs, the unusual items are the more fun ones to try and get. So yeah, I think I've sometimes bought stuff off band members for all bands. This is not just Oasis. This is all bands. And it's amazing what you find. I think I bought a few bits and pieces of Stuart from Seahorses. Got
Yeah.
a disc, and because I've just moved all this stuff downstairs literally today. I've not got all the stuff underneath there I usually have. But there's a box full of cassettes. You know, say again, you won't know fucking cassettes, will you? Oh no, they're back now, aren't they? They're back now.
Yeah, they sell them again, don't they? Like they do releases or yeah.
What a shit thing to sell. You know
I
what I
know,
mean?
yeah.
It's one of the most degradable things you can put music on. I mean, vinyl makes sense because it's the best way of hearing music if you've got a good system, not a little crappy Crossley player or something. But vinyl makes sense. But I don't think I can't understand at all why tapes are even in the mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even at all. But yeah, so I've got a few things off Stuart, and there was an unseen gig there. Like the gig was seen previously, but it was really bad quality at the Viper Rooms. So I put that on the YouTube channel, yeah, loads of kind of unheard demos and stuff. It's a shaky ground really when you're putting stuff on that's demos, and I'm always literally always scared to death really because you don't want to upset someone, especially someone who you know like Noel for example. If I heard that I'd upset him, I'd be devastated, you know, because you know he's the man. I don't want to be don't want to be upsetting him by releasing something that maybe he had plans to release later on. It's not mine to release. So demos are very shaky. I've put things on the channel that are a bit that obviously aren't going to get released. You know, sound checks of covers of songs. I think there was a Beatles cover they did at GMX in
Yeah, Fly Never
1997.
Knows.
Yeah,
I
so that
saw
one there,
Yeah.
that was on a DAT tape that I got a few years back, and there's also Full On. We'll put that on there actually. What else did they do?
You put Street Fighting Man on.
Street Fighting Man was yeah, that was on the one that's got the unheard songs on it. That so that's the B sides for All Around the World. Flashbacks, Street Fighting
Yeah.
Man. So Street Fighting Man was obviously sung by Liam on the release version. And on the DAT tape, Noel sings it like 3 or 4 times. And then obviously they go with the Liam one. What else was on that tape now? So there's three unheard songs were on there, acoustic songs. Interestingly, one of them became Go Let It Out.
Oh, really?
So the song itself is totally different, totally different. It's an acoustic. It's kind of like an acoustic love song. It's really, really good. But then the bridge of it is the same bridge as what song Go Let It Out. You know, the Princes and Kings part. That bit. So it's the same melody but different words. So it's interesting to see how they evolve. You know, the songs.
Yeah.
So far, I've not been in any trouble putting stuff on. But yeah, the new stuff I've just got. There was a massive Oasis lockup that was known about by the label and whatnot. And a guy I know down in Derby bought it. And then he sold most of it to Denmark, who's, Denmark Guitars, who sold it on. So that was all an easy deal. They bought a lot. But before they came in, I managed to get in there and get what I wanted. And all I wanted was set lists and audio. So the audio that I got was, I mean, I can't give it, it was 20 CDs maybe. 20 CDs, 6 DAT tapes, 20 CDs, 6 DAT tapes, a lot of cassettes. And it took me a good few weeks to get through. I've not done the DAT tapes yet. I need to send them off to a studio. But the cassettes were shit. They were all just kind of foreign radio adverts. But the CDs, there was like I don't think people are aware that BDI, for example, some of the tunes that they released, Oasis recorded them earlier in like 2004. So years and years earlier. There was Gem's demos came out years ago, which they're on the YouTube channel as well. But they're not my find. They were somebody else's find. Them I just cheeky and put them on, giving credit, of course. But Gem's demos are great, and I think everyone just thought that's where they started at Gem's demos. But there's For Anyone and the Morning Sun. I think I just gave the Morning Sun to Maxi. You know, Maxi Gonzalez. Do you know him?
Oh yeah.
I did a similar thing with him. I said, I'll give you a song to put on your channel if you do me a shout out and get some mailing list. I'm rinsing it. Get the flag out. I'm rinsing it. Get all the mailing list boys. But it's I mean, like I said, with the unheard stuff, it's good. It's if I can't get in trouble, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
There are some people that keep these things private and keep them. I mean, I have had them 3 songs for ages. You go on some of the Oasis forums online, you think I've got in their house on Christmas Day and shit on the kids, the way they speak about me for hoarding stuff. I'm not hoarding it. I just don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? It's very known I've got it. Imagine it goes out and it's on, and I get a knock on the door. You know, so I'm not going to cross any lines. But yeah, I'm slagged off to hell on some of these forums. I'm a hoarder. Keep your music from the fans. But you know, it's it cost me $3,000 to get all that audio stuff. $3,000. Yeah, they never think about that, do they? Never think about that. Kids are starving for 3 months. You know, it's this is livid. But no, I mean, half the time it comes up with nothing. You know, it could be an empty one, or it could be dead, or it could be broken, or it could have nothing on it. I think of them CDs that I got, there's probably 30 CDs. I'd say 15 of them were blank, just blank CDs. Oh, I'll tell you what, they weren't blank. They had one time. Remember, again, you probably don't, when you used to burn a CD back in the day on your PC. I was that guy at school that had the CD writer, so I burned all the PlayStation 1 CDs for everyone. The games, made a fortune. I think Star Wars Episode 1 made a fortune on it. But yeah, if you put a disc in and you started burning it, and then something happened, you did like one line around it, and it came out as an error. I think there must have been something wrong with the CDR that was doing, because there was about 15 were exactly like that. You know, they had something wrote on them, but there was nothing on there. So I was gutted about that. But there was some good stuff. It's always worth the time. But people don't realise that Edinburgh to Derby and back is not a short drive, and £3,000 is a lot of money. So yeah, when people say just release it, do one. I want to get my money back. I will.
Exactly like you were saying with the Teenage Cancer Trust, raising money for that, and then you get a walling through that, don't you? So you never know, do you?
Well, I could not believe that. I couldn't make head of it. I mean, because what they said was, they said Facebook promotion, and I thought, I've not done anything. So I was baffled. I was like, I've not done anything on Facebook. What are you talking about? I hate Facebook, me. I can't stand it. I really hate it. I wish it wasn't needed. But that's why I set the website up, because Facebook shut the group down twice in 6 months for no reason. Just shut it down. Thousands of people gone. So I thought, I'm not having my income being, controlled by somebody else. some geek in a vest in LA. So I think, yeah, it's what was I saying then? Oh yeah, Seniors Cancer Trust. It's better to do something for charity, but when you're getting in trouble at the back end of it, I'm like, well, I could not believe it. It turns out because I promoted the auction on Facebook because I'd said it's available, but they had over 100 reports. 100 reports. Who's doing that for a charity auction? 100. It could have been one knobhead doing it 100 times, I guess.
It might be them that are slagging you off for keeping music.
It could be. It could be. I tell you what's really weird about this lark. It's very it's very, God, I can't believe I'm saying this sentence. The collecting world, it's the Jeds within us. We're a weird bunch because you can be really happy for someone getting something. Some people can be really bitchy and really arsy about stuff. It's if someone does quite well for themselves. I've had about 10 one-star reviews on my website, all by the same IP address. Who's that? Not, they've never bought anything, so none of them have been approved. Never bought anything. And obviously, the Facebook group was reported for harassment and bullying. I said, what is going on? So obviously, a lot of people do get a bit bitter and a bit jealous. And it's weird, but it's the way the world is, I guess, isn't it? Some people are just like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where this is going to go. It could be that I end up having to go back into finance in a couple of years' time. But the key thing is the kids are that age now. Have you got kids yourself?
No, no.
So my kids are that age now, and I'm just a massive because I've been seriously ill a few times now. I hope that's it now. I think I've had my fair share.
I was gonna say, how are you doing nowadays with it?
I'm all right, yeah. When I'm having to wear glasses inside and look like a clown shoes, it's all right. But this isn't really relevant to the chat room for us, but it's mad what they can do these days. It's absolutely crazy to have. Back in the day, you would just think you're going to get a glass eye. That's what happens when you have your eye removed, glass eye. But it's not now. It's all technical and all sorts. They put like a thick contact lens over a sphere and attach the muscles to it, so it moves. That's mental, and it's so it will actually look better than it looked before for me. So I'm kind of okay with it. It's all okay. It was all safe and done, but it's health is fine. I just well, it's fine now. I think 2 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, I had the operation done, and then 2 weeks into recovery, it went wrong, and the stitches all burst inside. The muscles basically were too damaged from the cancer; they couldn't hold the sphere in place. Very morbid, but so I had to go and do it all again. It was agony. So, yeah, but it's good. It'll look good. It'll look good in a couple. Probably, I'll tell you when they'll do it. I said I need it done for the exhibition. Middle of June. It'll be the end of June. They'll put me up to the end of June. Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Yeah.
Guarantee. I'll be dressed as a pirate. I think I might have to go and pay for it because I'll never ever say a bad word about the NHS ever. They've saved my life 3 times. They're amazing, but they're just so underfunded, aren't they? The waiting times are crazy. But Scotland's actually a lot better than England. A lot better, and it's still the waiting times up here are crazy. So I don't know how many people have been poking their eyes out up here, but there's 16-week waiting time. It's mad. So I might have to go and bite the bullet and pay. So people can buy some of them records over there. That'd be really helpful. Give me a new eye.
I just wanted to ask, is the one piece of memorabilia, it doesn't have to be Oasis, it could be any band that you want that's out there?
That I want?
Yeah, that'd be like your number one.
Yeah. You know what? It used to be. Every time I've answered this question over the years, I've got the item soon after. It's great. So I'm going to be very careful to answer it now. £1,000,000, that's what it is. I've got it. I mean, the Vox box. I'll send you an image to use. I had 20 of them at one time. 20. It was only supposed to be 100 made, and that wasn't my graft. There was a fella down in Liverpool, really nice guy he was. Just over the years, when everything went downhill, like when Oasis first broke up, everything went dead cheap. So every time he saw one, he bought it. Every time he saw anything, he bought it. I went down to his house, and it was a treasure trove. It was unbelievable. You'd see rare promos of, I don't know, whatever. Let's say whatever the song, whatever. He had like 10 of them. I'm like, how's he done this? He's just bought everything over the years, and then basically he was like, right, I started selling it. I hate it. I'm already annoyed. So I do a bulk order. I've heard about you and what you do. So basically, I said to him, look, I'll come down and I'll sell the boxes for you. I'll sell them all. I'll drive from Edinburgh to Liverpool and I'll have them all sold in the car by the time I get to you, and I'll pay you there and then. And then we'll value the rest of it, and I'll do you a deal on that. So we did okay with it. We had I think I gave him 28 grand in the end, which sounds a lot of money, but
Yeah.
I think that's probably 50% of what it was worth. That's how big it was. But what did I do on that? I think I kept like definitely maybe white label test press and a Vox box. The rest of it was just, I try, if I sell a collection for someone via the website, I charge them 10% for the time of doing it, which I think is very, very fair. Because what people do is they don't want to be dealing with all the postage and packaging and all that nonsense. So there's a fella called Gus in Argentina. He sent me about 4 or 5 packages. There's one due this week actually. He just sends it over, and I value it all for him, fairly, Discogs and whatnot. Make sure it's all on sold prices. We agree it, and I just say 10% is mine, and I just because the network of buyers, the database of buyers that we've got now, you can put it out there. Most stuff goes within minutes. Whereas if somebody else was to put it out, someone from Argentina was to put it on the website, it's not going to sell because people are going to go, I'm not going to buy it from someone in Argentina. So he sends bulk stuff over to me, and then he's another collector that's just, cashing in, I guess. That'll be me one day. Well, that'll be the missus one day when I clock it. But selling collections is quite a good thing. We do the COAs now as well. You know what COA is?
Yes, certificate of authentication.
Yeah, so I think they're not worth the paper they're printed on usually, because anyone can type them up. Anyone can type it up and say, "Oh, I got this from Frank on this day." So what? It's worth nothing. But obviously for myself, if I've been to a signing session, or if I'm going to meet a band member from any band, I can go in advance and I know which item is going to have a COA, so I can take a picture of the actual item being signed, and I can tell you the date, where, and when it was done. So these are, and the tamper-proof holograms on them as well. So it's quite a good system that we've got going now. And there's an online register on the website. So if you're ever selling something that's been bought from Bittersweet Home, you'll have no problem proving that it's genuine, because it's all documented and online. Going back to who would an item that I would want. The last time I had this question, it was maracas. I've got maracas, and then the other time it was I think I said tambourine one time. I'll tell you what I do want. I want a fully signed Verve record. I did an interview 6 or 7 years ago and said that back then, and then someone sold me one which turned out to be fake. So it's fully signed Verve record. I really want to work with Richard Ashcroft. This year, I'm going to try and do some big deals for charity. And I really want to work with the Verve have been as big to me as Oasis have for my whole life. They imploded obviously through various reasons. They disappeared before they potentially reached the potential. But I think a fully signed Verve record, the debut Storm in Heaven or Northern Soul. Yeah, that'd be a key piece. I got these the other week. Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah.
Real to Real, 1974. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's obviously the Knocking on Heaven's Door real tape. There items like that come in, and I just go, what do I do with this? How can I sell this? I've got 6 or 7 of them over there that need to be sold. So I thought if I just make one look pretty, maybe people will fall for it and buy them all. But I think it's a really hard question. I think I'll go with that. I'll go with a Verve.
Yeah.
Voice sounds early record. Same question, Steve? What would you say?
Don't know actually. It's an hard one, isn't it?
I'd said a fully signed Stone Roses as well a few years back. I've got that up there now. That's ticked off. It's aim of the game, I guess. You get the contacts in. But what about maybe a band-owned guitar? The problem with them is though, it cost a fortune. You know, you're talking
Yeah.
10 grand. Noel just did that new Gibson that was 10 grand, limited to 20 a few weeks back. It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful, and it's limited to 20, 10 grand. The cheapest guitar that you could get that was owned by Noel would probably cost you 10 grand. And that'll be one that's not been on stage, not been on recordings. It's just owned by, which is yeah, that's crazy money. So I don't think I'll ever get into that market. It's very the people I'm doing the exhibition with, the sponsors, they're in that market, and we're talking big bucks, hundreds of thousands of pounds deals. So it's yeah, it's not a market I want to be jumping into just yet. The missus, so I'll get that 3 grand payback first from the audio, and then maybe I'll go for the big £100,000 deals.
With stuff like guitars and stuff like that, is it hard to verify they're like legit?
You've got serial numbers usually, so it's like things like amps, cabs. If you've got access to the serial numbers from the old insurance docs, and I'm not saying I have, but some people have, then if you're offered something, you can check the serial number on things. So yes and no. I think all the major ones, the Flying V, Main Road, Union Jack,
Yeah.
Barclay one from DA now. All the kind of key ones definitely may be Gibson Les Paul. I know who owns all of those guitars.
Really?
And they have history with them all, yeah. I mean, most of them that I've just named there might be on show at some stage, you never know. But I think they're the showstoppers, you know what I mean? They're the ones that are special, that people want to see. I was just about to blow my nose on this fucking piece of paper. So yeah, it's an interesting subject because you've got fake items and you've got fake signatures. I mean, everything can be forged. Plectrums are a nightmare. A nightmare. I think I've had a couple of Noel's plectrums from these last couple of tours just given to me by the band members when I met them. But I know for a fact how many are out there, and I see these changing hands all the time. But I'll be restocking the website with a lot of stuff in the next couple of weeks. I think I've just been in and out of hospital and needing space with this flight case is perfect for taking pictures on top of.
Yeah.
Upstairs, and trying to avoid the window and the ensuite and all sorts. It's a nightmare, but I'll get a lot more work done now. I'm in here. Freezing, by the way. That's why I'm wearing a jacket. I'm absolutely freezing. But I get a lot of work done there. I need to bring down the shelves now to get all the stock on and stuff. But once I'm in here, I don't think she'll let me back in the house, and that'll be me now done. Yeah. Oh, it's all right though. I've worked in worse places. You know what I mean? It's a pretty cool little office, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really good. Yeah, yeah. It's been really interesting as well to see all that.
Yeah, I think. Well, have we covered everything? We had a bit of a pre-meeting, didn't we? Have we covered everything we wanted to look at?
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, if there's anything else if there's anything you'd like to talk about.
Well, no, I think we could say goodbye there, and we'll stay on afterwards and have another chat. But yeah, that was really good, mate. I really enjoyed it. I think I'll get this little package down to you with a tube, and I'll tell you what, you can just instead of just doing a video, just do this again. And what we'll do is we'll do a live draw on the video. So I'll take note of all the people that do it, and I'll list them in Excel, and then we'll do one of them wheel spinner things on the internet, live. And then, so that no one could be accused then of giving it to their friends or whoever it may be. So yeah, so just a note again to finish it off. If one of your followers that watch, I've got this far miraculously, you're not dead. If you go on bittersweethome.co.uk and sign up for the mailing list, there is a membership option, £5 a month. You get 24 hours notice on restocks and 10% off any purchases. So yeah. You'll be not surprised to hear that as soon as someone's buying something from the shop, they suddenly start to become a member. Pay £5, save £100, bastards. But it's yeah, sign up for the mailing list. It is worth it because when the stock comes on, it's all one-off stuff. I've not got other than a couple of records. Everything I put on is one-off. It's not like I've got 10 of these things and they're all going to be available for ages. So most stuff tends to go in a 24-hour notice period, which is good. That's the intention. But yeah, if they sign up for the mailing list and just put BTC
Yeah, yeah.
after the surname. I'll tally them up, and in 2 weeks an opening. We'll open this in a tube, and we'll pick it and go for the VI and get a couple of VIPs down there. Yeah, so yeah, you come to the party. Come to the party though. The launch party.
Yeah,
That'll be
nice one.
good.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Sorted, mate. Okay.
Nice one.